Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some very big news coming out of the LEC, but this obviously is going to impact the LCS a heck of a lot as well. This was tweeted out today by Eros, but we had heard some rumors, and not even rumors, I guess. It was just tweeted like by the actual people, so I don't even know why I'm calling that a rumor. I'm just so in the habit of that. But we had seen from Evil Geniuses, they tweeted out like, thank you, Peter Dunn. We had seen Peter Dunn tweet out like, hey, I'm looking for opportunities for next year. And it seemed like that they were splitting up for whatever reason, even though Evil Geniuses was so successful this year and defied so many expectations. But it's not the first time that Peter Dunn has like went to a new place, gotten some things done, and then kind of dipped out. He did the same thing with Mad Lions, left them in a really awesome spot, and then came over to North America, and now he's leaving them in a great spot. This is just kind of what he does. And whether it was, he didn't like Los Angeles, or he didn't like NA, or not even that he didn't like it, but that he just wanted to return home, or wanted to go back to Europe, or was just ready for a new challenge, I don't know. But we have known that it seemed like Peter Dunn and EG were going to be splitting up, but we didn't know what was going to be next for him until today. This rumor, this report, whatever, confirmation, I don't know exactly, however much of a done deal these things are, but I assume it's pretty close to a done deal if Eros is tweeting it out, or maybe a done deal. He says, sources, Peter Dunn is set to join Team Heretics as head coach for next year's LEC season. Peter Dunn will join Arane and Jack Spectra as the first pieces of the new Team Heretics LEC project. Now, this, I think, is just insanely exciting. If you are a new team coming in, having Peter Dunn at the helm, I think, is just maybe the best person you could possibly have. I don't know if that's like 100% sure, but he'd be very close to the top of my list, if not number one. So the fact that you can go out and get a guy like this is great. I'm kind of thinking in some ways people might compare it to like last year when BDS went out and got Grabs. It was like, we don't really know what direction our team's going to go in. We don't really know how good our roster is going to be or who we're going to get or anything like that, but maybe we'll have like a good solid coach who's accomplished a lot in his career. But I do not think this is like Grabs at all. I think this is way better than getting Grabs in so many ways. Grabs is obviously a very accomplished coach, but Peter Dunn has been an accomplished scout, an accomplished, very integral part of roster building and finding players that can work together and can just perform at a very high level. That's what he's done. Again, he did that at Mad Lions. He's done that at EG. Now, he's definitely had some help. Hey, EG going out and landing Inspired, that isn't because Peter Dunn scouted him or knew that the LEC MVP was an amazing player or anything like that. But obviously, he has had a pretty big part in bringing up Danny, JoJo, and guys like this. And they've had a ton of success. And they won an LCS championship this year. They made it to MSI. They made it to Worlds, when coming into the year, probably most people would not have expected probably any of that. I don't even know, but it was a very crazy year. But now Heretics is getting just a huge pickup. And it's interesting because most fans aren't, I don't think, super familiar with Heretics. They're not, especially to like the English speaking and Western audiences, they're not a super big brand or super big team or whatever. Kind of like when BDS came in, we're like, okay, what are they going to do? Are they going to be, big spenders? Are they going to try and win? Are they going to be another Astralis? Are they going to be an SK, or what's going on? Obviously BDS was pretty lackluster, and I hadn't been super excited for Team Heretics either, because, they had talked about, hey, we want to bring up Spanish talent. We want to promote Spanish talent, yada. And it's like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. There's not really that many Spanish players in even like the European scene. There's not really that many high-level players. So if you want to bring up and build up Spanish talent, then like your team's probably not going to be very good, and you're probably not going to be spending very much money. Like, it kind of seemed to me like fan service to their Spanish fans to get them hyped up and be like, yeah, guys, we're going to be the Spanish team, yada. And then like not spend very much money, probably finish like last, and hey, whatever, we tried with the Spanish thing. And if you are wanting to go cheap or budget or semi-budget, like I said, I think having Peter Dunn at the helm is great, because he is the one guy. Now, no one is 100% on hits, and Peter Dunn even said that in his tweet, like, hey, we're going to get stuff wrong. No one goes 100%, nobody goes 10 for 10, whatever, but we need someone who's going to trust in us. We're going to need someone who's going to allow us to build a long-term plan and not just think about this split or this year or whatever, but think about 2-3 years from now, 4, 5, 6 splits from now, and really give things an opportunity to succeed, fail, make a second attempt, make a third attempt, whatever. Just like kind of happened with EG. EG wasn't as crazy in 2021 as they were in 2022. It took time, and eventually they got there. But yeah, I think it's a big pickup. I think it's really cool. If Heretics does want to get aggressive and does want to spend, I think Peter Dunn is also a really, really great guy to have. It's also interesting because, he doesn't do like the traditional like head coach role where he's like on stage drafting and all this stuff. For the most part, he kind of takes a step back and kind of orchestrates the whole thing. With EG this year, he had Rigby, kind of being like the strategical coach and drafting coach and all that stuff. And he's, kind of pulling the strings, directing everybody, putting everybody in the right places, managing and that type of stuff. And he's just done an insane job with that. He's one of the most respected people in the scene. He has one of the best track records of anyone in the scene. Yeah, he hasn't, won MSI or made it to World Finals or anything like that, but he has consistently made teams and players play better than they are, better than some of their parts, and consistently just gotten results. So for a new org coming in, I think this is a huge pickup. I think this is really, really cool. In this article, we can kind of read through this real quick. Peter Dunn would return to Europe after 2 years in EG with Heretics as head coach of the LEC. The English coach would have been one of the fundamental pieces of Mad Lions, recently emerged with Splice, which had pleasantly surprised the public with a mix of more veteran players, as the case of Humanoid with the rookies who had debuted in the team like Carzzy and Kaiser. With this, Heretics would secure one of the best free agents in the market. So, kind of just saying the same stuff, getting hyped up and excited. But what is very, very interesting then on the other side is kind of the downward spiral or the huge rebuild or the huge changes that EG is making. Again, this is a team that had never won an LCS title before, had never really been all that successful in the LCS, and they're kind of back in the LCS. They're don't have as many years as some of these other teams like TSM, C9, whatever. But they won a title. They went to MSI. They went to Worlds. They did some cool things. They won some games at MSI. They won some games at Worlds, or they won a game at Worlds, or whatever. And they then tweeted out this, an update on our League of Legends coaching staff. With the conclusion of our 2022 League of Legends season, today we say farewell and thank you to the members of our League of Legends coaching staff: Rigby, Turtle, Artemis, ZZ, Legendary. The past season, you helped us accomplish what many said was impossible by bringing EG its first LCS championship, which is great. And, they're like, hey, you guys helped us win an LCS championship. But also, hey, peace out, hit the road, goodbye. They said, we wish you the best in the future. We always appreciate your contributions to Evil Geniuses. Now, this is very, very strange. And what the heck is EG doing? Did all these guys come as a package deal with Peter Dunn? Did all these guys see all the success this year and they wanted raises? Is EG just cleaning house? Is EG having some budget cuts? Is EG having somebody new totally come in and bring in their own people, own staff, all that? I don't know. But if I'm an EG fan, I'm wondering what the heck is going on, and I'm at least a little bit concerned because, again, these guys are some pretty respected coaches, and they all had very, very good years this year. Even, maybe not following up, maybe not totally meeting expectations in the summer split, but dealing with the Danny situation, how they did, and integrating Cowrie as they were able to do so late in the season, I thought was very, very impressive. And obviously winning that title is something that most teams in the LCS are not going to do, especially new orgs coming up in the scene. So this is very, very strange, and I do wonder what EG has in store. It also is going to make people, of course, wonder what the heck is going on with the roster. Are there going to be big roster changes? Is it going to be Danny? Is it going to be Cowrie? Is Inspired going to stay? Is he going to go? What's going on there? Is Impact going to come back as a top laner? Are they going to go get a rookie top laner? Are they going to go get some big name veteran top laner to fit in with some of these youngsters? I don't know, but all of a sudden, it's very, very interesting times for EG, who were one of the top LCS teams in 2022, and now all of a sudden, there's just a lot of question marks. But yes, Peter Dunn headed to Team Heretics, EG cleaning house. The times they are a-changing, and the offseason is upon us. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then.